Hey, Rick, Jennifer, Republican Allison Ball is a former prosecutor who is wrapping up her second term as state treasurer. Democrat Kim Reeder is a tax lawyer who's worked for some prominent firms.
I always tell people, if you want to know what I will be like as state auditor, look and see what I've been like as state treasurer. They're both watchdog roles.
One thing Allison Ball wants to do, if elected as auditor, is examine the disaster relief funds for Eastern and Western Kentucky, as she did while treasurer.
I was the first one to identify that checks are being delivered to people that were not impacted by the Western Kentucky funds. I actually asked for an audit way back when, long before anything happened with those checks.
She also wants to take a close look at the school bus transportation issues at JCPS.
When I first heard about the school bus situation, I thought, okay, this is about time just to do a good overview of that school system. It's the largest one in the state, and it's kind of a model in some ways for the state because it is the largest one. It's been about 10 years since it was looked at in a thorough way, and I think it's time to do that. And that's one of the things that I want to make sure is an early priority of what I want to work on.
Her opponent, Kim Reeder, says other school districts are having similar problems, so she would look at whether state lawmakers have been adequately funding school transportation throughout Kentucky.
One of the things I think we need to address quickly is looking at state funding to local school districts, and not from a transportation perspective, to see whether that 100% funding of student transportation to and from schools, whether we're complying with that statute.
Reeder also wants to do performance audits at every level of state government.
All of the efforts that go towards helping government work well for people and run efficiently.
She says her national work in tax law has prepared her for this role.
Helping the people see how their tax dollars are spent so they can have faith in their government.
Now, one thing about the state auditor position, it's recently been a springboard for gubernatorial candidates. This year, State Auditor Mike Harmon ran in the Republican gubernatorial primary, and Adam Edlin, who once held the office, also ran in the Democratic primary 4 years ago. Mark Vanderhoff, WLKY News.